Welcome to our question and answer with the Hockey Roos. I'm Steph, this is Beck, and that's Lucy on the far end. So, first question, Lucy. Tell us about your journey from missing out on the Gillaroos squad in 2022 to being selected in the Hockey Roos squad in 2024.
It was quite crazy. Like after the 21s in 2022, we went to Perth. I was wanting to be selected, and then I didn't. And I don't know, it kind of just made me want it more and try a bit harder and put in the 1% at training and everything. It just made me drive towards my goal even harder. So Becky, you played touch, cross country and athletics growing up. How did you decide that hockey was the sport for you?
Good question, because I would say that I still really enjoy all of those sports. I think the team aspect of hockey really sold it to me a fair bit. I loved going on tour and getting to be with my friends. I also just think there's so much opportunity in hockey, which is a real benefit to the sport. So I think I loved that aspect of it as well. I would be able to travel, I'd be able to, there's the potential for the Olympics. And so I think, having that as a goal also made it really enticing. Steph, now this is a game that nobody can forget, the World Cup bronze match in 2022. How did it feel to score the winning goal?
Yeah, it was really fun, and also just a relief. I think we had worked so hard all tournament that I think we deserved to win, and I just remember being on the help side and I was so tired, and I was like, Steph, put your stick on the ground and hopefully you'll touch it in. And then it kind of fell to me and I did, so it was great. But no, I think we were all exhausted. We had all ran so many kilometres, and I think it was just a really amazing way to finish. I think the group deserved the bronze medal.
Can I just say on that too, I was near you when you were going to score that goal, and I remember just standing there and I was like, I have no idea where to go, but I'm just going to get out of your road because I know you'll do something great. And then it was great, so good job.
Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, Lucy, back to you. Second question. What lessons have you learnt from your mum inside and outside of hockey?
From my mum? Oh, wow. She is my rock. In terms of lessons learnt, she is always someone that is going to put in 100%, and she never backs down. She's selfless, so she works on a farm. Well, we have a farm in the southeast, and she is always working, always just got something to do. And she also did a Ironman, probably 3 or 4 years ago now, and she was just tireless efforts. She just, puts in 100% and never gives up. And that's something that I kind of hold close to my heart and try and I admire her for that. So I put in just as much effort as she has in what she does at the farm and everything. So that's probably why she's my rock, so that's nice. And then Becky, talk to us about how it felt not making the Hockey Roos squad after being in it in 2019, and what steps did you take to get back in?
Obviously it was a challenging time. I think I'd been injured for a few months, and so I think there was the disappointment of being injured, not being able to play and be on the field, and then obviously the disappointment of not being selected. But I also think in hindsight, I know it sounds very cliche, but I'm really glad that it happened, because I think it gave me enough time to really take my time with my rehab and do all the little things and not rush back at all. So I think that was one real upside. But then as well, I think I had kind of gone through the process of juniors into the Gillaroos and things quite quickly. And so I think I hadn't really stopped to think about, why am I wanting to be in the Hockey Roos? Why am I wanting to strive for the Olympics and things like that? So I think I had 2 years out to really, refine my reason for wanting to be in the squad. And so I think that meant that when I came back, I was just like so grateful to be here. And I think, it made it a lot easier to turn up every day at training and go, this is why I'm here, because I love working hard. I love like problem solving with my team. And so I think obviously there's the downside, but overall it was good.
Yeah, that's good.
So Steph, we come from the best state in Australia, Queensland. And we have no shortage of Australian hockey greats. Who have been some of your biggest inspirations?
Oh, that's such a tough question because you're right. Like, we've had so many amazing hockey players come out of Queensland. I mean, on the women's side of things, I think Madonna Blythe has been amazing. She was captain of the Hockey Roos for many, many years. And her work ethic and the way she saw the game was really interesting to learn from. And then throwing it back a little further to Nikki Hudson, she was probably my idol growing up. She was blonde, she scored all these goals, she was amazing. I had a pink Mazon stick when I was like 11, so that was fabulous. And then I guess on the men's side, you also have Jamie Dwyer and Mark Knowles, who are two phenomenal players. And all four of those people, actually, you know what? I can't forget Angie Lambert, Angie Skirving back in the day. She was just this young, amazing defender. She's recently come back into helping out Queensland teams, and I think that is so fantastic. And I hope that we can have more ex-players come back and, give their teachings and explain the game and kind of pass on their knowledge. So it's awesome. Hopefully we can get all of those guys back to help us and win another national title because we just won one. So okay, Roos. Who have you looked up to / idolised in your hockey career? I'm assuming Queenslanders.
No, sorry. I'm going to stick with my own state here and go with probably Jane Claxton. I know, like, now I'm in her team, it's a bit like surreal, but after idolising her for pretty much my whole childhood, playing fire with her in the first fire season that I had for Hockey One, 2022, it felt so cool, so surreal to play alongside like the person you look up to most. And now I'm in her team and she's been great, and her like grit and her work ethic on the field is something that I would strive to be like in my career. So, and then last question for Becky. Congratulations for recently graduating your honours in psychology. It's so exciting. What is next for your professional career, do you think?
Thanks everybody. So excited to get through that, especially because it took so long. So for this year, I'm just focusing on hockey and doing a bit of work, but I think I would really like to apply and do a master's at some stage so that I can get into like clinical psych and I guess getting that one-on-one patient interaction. But I've also loved the work that we've done with HPM, so if there was a way to be involved with that, that would be amazing. Honestly, I think I'm just very open to seeing what I can do in a lot of different avenues and see what comes from it.
So cool.
But
That'd be awesome.
Becky, last question. Do you diagnose your teammates?
That is a myth. No, I do not. As much as Mariah thinks I diagnose her, that is not true. Not qualifies that. You've been in the squad for 9 years now. How has your role changed on or off the pitch since you debuted in 2015?
Good question. Yes, I've been in it for 9 years. I mean, I've done 2 ACLs and a pandemic, so it definitely doesn't feel like 9 years. There was about 3 years there where I didn't play hockey. But, you start and you're obviously a young player and you're just trying to learn and put in the work to get better. And then I guess I started as probably more of a striker, and now I'm a bit more of a midfield, so I've definitely moved back a line. But I'm a lot more vocal now than I probably was when I first started. I guess that comes with just probably a bit of maturity and also a bit of confidence in like knowing the structure and the game plan and that stuff. But yeah, now I'm a rehab queen, so I like to help the rehab gals when I can, but also, yeah, just try to help on field with, what I do and the way I go about things, and hopefully it rubs off along the way and I can help people in that sense. So, yeah. And that's that.
Yeah.
Cut.